Hey guys, it's Tiff back with Mini Mixed Media Monday, and today we're going to be working with index cards. What I plan on doing with the index cards is creating them into postcards. No further ado, I thought we'd play with a little black gesso today, and this is Liquitex brand. Always look at the comments below. I'll try to link any of the materials that I'm using below. So gesso, it is a gesso, but it is tinted black. So it has very good coverage, gives a nice barrier to the substrate, which is the postcard. So they're a little thin and flimsy, so we want to put something down before we start painting all over them. And then I'm going to do the other two with white gesso. Now, I will tell you, just because the method to my madness is, I'm not going to complete all 4 of these postcards in this video, okay? It's just, I never know exactly what I'm going to do, so I figured you guys might enjoy just seeing kind of some of them. I'm going to put some base down, some backgrounds. Maybe you'll get something out of that, but I'm actually not going to complete all of them. So 2 white ones, 2 black ones. The white ones ended up getting a little black, but that's so good. We'll just work with it. And then I thought, what a lovely black background. Why don't we use the white Uniball Signo pen to make some scribblies? So if you've never played with the white Uniball Signo pen, it is amazing. So I'll definitely link that below as well. And so I'm just kind of letting the gut move me around the page, and I love the white against the black. Love it. And then I almost went to the pink, and I decided no. So I had a little piece of foam book. Yes, that's right, people. You can still use those foam books that the company still brings to your house as a collage material. Very fun, very easy, and thin to collage down. And I thought I might put that down on the white one too. But then, I'm such like a maniac when it comes to like my creative process. Then something caught my eye, and so I decided no, I wanted to use some fluid inks on the white one. I'm so schizophrenic, and oh, look at all the, oh my gosh, look how the colors just kind of like flow together. I love acrylic inks, if you haven't been able to tell, because I use them all the time. But I really like that, so I wanted to pick on the other one, which gessoed as well. This would not work if you do not gesso. Just going to tell you, in case you didn't realize that, you definitely have to put the gesso down, or you're not going to get that flow. It's just going to soak right into that postcard. Maybe that's the look you're going for, but you're not going to get the flow of the colors like a watercolor. Dry them very, very well. And then I'm going to go in with some white ink, or so I thought. This part right here just did not work out. Now this is like a little bamboo skewer, or one of those skewers like you put shish kebabs. That's a funny word, shish kebabs. But yeah, well, let's just say this did not work out like Tiffany thought it would. Okay, and we just have to just move forward, right? Don't get caught up, and if something doesn't work, just go with something else. So I'm just taking the ink dropper and kind of making some random white marks. And then I really felt like it needed some darker because we get way too light for my taste. And so I'm going in with that dark there, and it's looking lovely. Now, real talk, you could totally use just that as a postcard, okay? So, I don't know. This is not the one that I'm actually going to finish on camera, and I may do it for another session, but that's a great base that you could definitely use as is. So, now I'm going to go back in with a little white gesso. Gesso is your friend. And I'm just taking that catalyst tool, which I do like a lot. You can find this at Hobby Lobby or any craft stores. I'll see if I can link it below for you. The catalyst tool is kind of like a larger palette knife. And now I'm going in with that bamboo skewer, and I'm just digging in the gesso because it's so fun. It just makes my heart happy just to be able to dig around in that stuff. And I don't want like you'll see me wipe because I don't like it like to be completely, I don't know. It just like smooths it out a little bit and keeps it like pushes it to the background a little, if that makes sense. Maybe I'm just not making sense today. But you kind of get the gist of what I'm going for there. I want some of the black to peek through the white. And then I start making forward movement on one particular card. Now I'm using Deco Arts Fluid. I think they're called like the mixed media line. And I really like those colors. They are very good. So if you haven't tried it, you should try some of those. They're super fluid and very pigmented. And then I'm also using some basics, Liquitex Basics, one of my favorite go-to colors. I just can't help it. And I'm digging in that color with the end of my pencil there for some super fine lines because the bamboo skewer is a little bit thicker. So I wanted to get something a little bit finer and dig in that paint. And I like the way the little pen, or I think that's a mechanical pencil. Now I'm going to use a color that I very seldom ever use, and it's a coral. Oops, and I put too much out. Imagine that. Okay, and so I'm going to go in here and just put a little bit of that corally color, which is really a fun color to play with. I don't know why I don't use it. I guess because pink always outweighs coral in my life, but, you know, sometimes you got to try something new. And I'm putting a little bit more gesso. I got a little bit out of frame, but I am putting a little gesso, and I'm going to go back with the ends because we can use all the tools, right? Use all the things we have. And I'm going to go in there with the end of that and kind of use that as a stamp because I think it's kind of a cool size. And then we're going to dry it, which is an important factor, is drying throughout the process so you don't get mud, and drying that pretty good. Look at those nails, girl. That's my Jamberry wraps, ladies. Love those things. Alright, so drying all that. And I really did not think I caught this on camera, but apparently I did. I was kind of putting some people out there and seeing. These are Tim Holtz little paper dolls. And I have actually opted out. I didn't realize that the camera was on when I was going through this process. So but I think it's, you know, when you're not sure exactly what you're going to do, it's important to kind of sit it down and take a look and figure out what you like and what you don't like, what goes with the piece and what doesn't go with the piece, and just try to work through what you want that focal image to look like, and then, you know, let that kind of springboard you. So I decided to take part of my paint rag, which, you know, I have like a dozen of those, and I wanted some type of texture because texture makes me happy. So figuring out like what you like and like texture, bold black and bold colors, that is kind of my go-to. So I got a little off frame, but I'm just using the stamp to stamp it, and well, I would a little cattywampus a little cattywampus with it, and ended up it was a little blurry, so I decided to actually go in and do another stamped image because it wasn't as crisp and clear as I wanted. So you know, sometimes you just make little mistakes. You got to work past it. Life's too worried. Life's too short to be caught up in perfection, in my opinion. So, inspire and create. Then I was like, well, maybe what about this blue color that I had? And then I was like, no, I like the yellow. And I went back and forth. And sometimes the creative process, you know, you just got to work through the ugly. You just got to figure it out. And then I have what I'm going to call some cotton string. I do not know if this is cotton or not. But it was close by, and I love texture again. So I decided I wanted to like put a bunch of like stuff behind it and then stick that down. And then I got a little sidetracked. Surprise, surprise. And I decided to actually use a needle, and which, by the way, I'm not very good at like embroidery and stuff, but I do like the way it looks. So I decided I'm going to go in with the edge, and I'm going to put a little I'm going to call this a whip stitch. All you embroidery people, do not make fun of me because I do not know what I'm talking about, but I'm whipping and stitching around the edge there, okay? So that's why I'm going to call that a whip stitch. So I'm just going in with just a few, I think like 4 or 5 little loopy loops around the little whip stitches around the edge there. And only because I think it's fun, and I think it will tie down the connection between the cotton there and the cotton behind the, and I'm just showing you here how to secure that little thing together there. But I think it'll kind of bring together that along with the cotton thread that I'm going to put behind the stamped paint rag thing. And so I think that's how it's all going to kind of come together there. So that cotton kind of ties with that cotton, and then I just got tired of fooling with the little threads, so I'm just sticking my finger in there because I don't want this video to last like 100,000 hours and y'all get bored listening to me. Although y'all are so sweet and talking about how you love to hear me talk, so I don't guess that's a problem. Okay, so I'm just sticking that baby down with some gel medium, and if you don't have gel medium, you can stick it down with just probably real Elmer's glue. So now I'm taking a piece of junk mail or whatever you have, like this could be anything, and I'm going to glue this postcard down to the other substrate. You want it to be like cardstock or something like that, because this is a postcard that's going to be mailed, and people always ask me, Tiffany, do you actually mail it like this, or do you put it in an envelope? I mail it just like this because I think that I'm sure that the post office gets kick out of seeing it, and I think it's pretty cool to see the wear and tear that it can go in. But I mean, with the gel medium, the stitches, I don't feel like it's going to come apart. So I'm going to wrap this baby up. You just label it on the back, put your stamp on there, all is good. Thanks for joining me today. I love you guys. Follow me on Instagram at SouthernGals_designs, and also look me up on YouTube. Well, here, click subscribe, and don't forget that thumbs up. Subscribe, people. We're at 5,000. I can't believe it. Love you.